when a man is like being a jerk, or a man is wishy-washy, he's unsure about what he wants in the future, a woman that's integrated in her masculine and feminine says, all right, you do you. I'll decide if I want to continue with this based on what I see in what you're doing. If your behaviors don't line up with what feels good to me, feminine, right? The feminine one is all about the feeling. Then I don't know if you're the one for me. Your masculine energy is extremely attractive to quality men. And I know that this might sound strange because there's so much noise out there about masculine energy and how masculine energy is like a turnoff for men, and that there's like a heavy focus on feminine energy. And the thing is that it's kind of misunderstood. So your feminine energy, when you're truly in your feminine energy, you are integrated, which means that you're balanced in both your masculine and both your feminine. You cannot be a woman that is in her feminine energy without the integration of the masculine. You just cannot, because to be a truly feminine woman is a woman that feels very secure in herself, very confident in herself, and therefore can appear as herself without worry about the outside world and how the outside world perceives her. This is what makes her very magnetic and attractive to pretty much everyone, right? She's not concerned with the opinions of others, the opinions of men. She's like carefree, and she's able to be herself. This is what a true feminine energy woman possesses within herself. And this is what is really, really attractive to men. Now, in this video, I want to talk about how men fall in love with your strength. You can interchange the word strength for your masculine energy. It's the same thing. Masculine energy is strength. And men, especially quality men, so not men that are in their feminine energy or men that have not dealt with their trauma. When I talk about trauma and healing, all of us have things to work on. We all have different upbringings depending on the nature of our parents. And we've also had like issues into our adult life. We've had relationships that haven't worked out. We're all a work in progress, and none of us are ever going to be complete in terms of like healing. So I never want you to think of healing as a quick fix or a sense of I'm just never going to be whole. That's not what healing means. Healing means that you're always sort of looking at the areas that you want to improve in your life, and not in a place of like unhappiness. So you can be happy with your general life and be happy with what you have, which again is an abundance mindset. And the feminine is very light because she's worked on herself, etc. But there's always going to be degrees of what we want in our life. You're never going to be done, because the whole point and mission of the soul is to expand. The soul wants to continue to expand, 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 expand. And in order for us to expand, we need to continue to work on ourselves, because expansion means getting rid of all these limitations that prevent us from expanding. In order for us to move into our authentic selves, we have to do the work so that we can strip off all these layers, so we're not so concerned with the outside world. Now, a man is going to fall in love with a woman's strength or a woman's masculine energy. This is what's actually going to draw the man in. So this might sound complicated, because again, like a lot of people talk about feminine energy. I also am a feminine energy teacher, but most people do not embody the energy of feminine energy. And so they're kind of just spewing out concepts, and they don't really understand what this means. To be embodied in your feminine energy means to be integrated within the masculine. To be integrated within the masculine means that you have your own back. In Secrets of the Feminine Woman, I talk about her, and her is your inner child. And so your inner child feels safe, she feels supported, and she feels safe and supported by you. You are her parent. You are reparenting her so that she feels safe and secure, which is your masculine energy. So their aura, so this is what I want you to focus on. This is why I always say, don't focus on a woman's content. Don't focus on everything being perfect. Like, my gear is not perfect. I still have to figure out my audio. Like, there's so many things I'm figuring out, right? I really don't care, right? I'm doing the best that I can. And what I want you to focus on is the energies. Oftentimes, people will have the perfect content and everything is perfect, but their energy might be cold, it might be trying too hard, and that is not attractive to men. So you always want to think about, is this woman attractive to men? And would men be attracted to her? Because that is the energy that you also want to embody. And a woman that is attractive to men appears to be very strong within, which means that she's not so fixated on what a man does, how a man sees her, the perceptions that other people hold and carry of herself. This is what is very attractive to men, because when a woman possesses this level of strength within her, she's not thinking about winning a man over. She's thinking, is this man good enough for me? Which means that she's not going to give everything away and give herself away to a man right away until he's earned it. And she's also not going to be afraid to lose him. This is what's attractive to men. So a woman that possesses this like strength, what happens is it creates this level of like air and mystery in her. So this is where the feminine energy sort of like ties in with this concept of strength. A woman that is mysterious is a woman that possesses strength. Why? Because she's not all about the man. She's not all about what other people think of her. She's looking to improve herself, but she loves herself, meaning that she's not so concerned with the opinions of other people, and she doesn't put so much attachment into other people or what other people think of her. So men start to find this very mysterious, because men are so used to women being all about them and trying to lock them down. The moment that a woman tries to get a man to see her, the interest of a man will then just like disappear. It'll just wane right away. Why? Because that's a man's role. It's a man's role to make you feel interested in him. It's not your role to make him feel interested in you. Masculine energy in a woman is very, very attractive, but I want to kind of highlight the differences here, because I will speak to a lot of women that are very much in their masculine energy, but they're not in their healthy masculine energy. So they feel bad, right? And when I speak to them, they will feel very bad to me. They don't feel good to me. Healthy masculine energy is strength, it's confidence, it's lack of control, meaning a woman is able to step back and allow other things to fall into place for her, right? So there's like that trust component. The trust component is the feminine energy, right? So see how they tie in together? You can't have the masculine without the incorporation of the feminine, because then what ends up happening is you're distorted, it's imbalanced. The women that are in their masculine energy, they don't have enough of the feminine energy, so their masculine energy is imbalanced. They are very controlling. Their energy feels very like uptight. Everything has to be a certain way. They don't take direction. They make assumptions about how things are. Even on calls with me sometimes, they'll try to take the lead. They think they know best. They act as if they're the expert with men. Meanwhile, you're booking a call with me to get my input, but they can't relax. And so these women will feel very, very bad to men because they don't allow men to lead. There's no trust there, right? If there's trust, then you will allow yourself to kind of take a step back to allow the other person to lead you. This is the incorporation of the feminine and the masculine. When you're in your masculine energy in that way, you're not going to feel good to men, because you're going to feel very controlling and men are not going to want to be with you. Instead, when you're balanced, and this is why I stress inner work so much, inner work sucks and inner work is hard. I am never going to tell you that inner work is easy. And in fact, if inner work is easy, or you're talking to someone and it feels good, they are not teaching you and coaching you from the right place. Because when it's coming from the right place, it's truth, and it's going to suck. It's going to hurt because it's going to activate the ego. But you need this level of awareness and truth to heal. Without this level of awareness and truth, you're never going to heal. And this is the reason inner work shouldn't feel easy. It's going to feel very difficult, but the rewards are astronomical, because when you actually do the inner work, you start to develop more and more trust within, and your inner child starts to feel safe with you. You start to feel safe within yourself, so that even when challenges occur on the outside, you can step back and you can allow things to fall into place while only maintaining focus on yourself. Now, this is what is really attractive to men, because men want to be with a woman that they feel has their shit together and that is not going to fall apart if something happens with them. When a man is like being a jerk, or a man is wishy-washy, he's unsure about what he wants in the future, a woman that's integrated in her masculine and feminine says, all right, you do you. I'll decide if I want to continue with this, based on what I see in what you're doing. If your behaviors don't line up with what feels good to me, feminine, right? The feminine one is all about the feeling. Then I don't know if you're the one for me. The unhealthy energy, so when we're unhealthy and we're not balanced, man says, I don't know if I want to be with you. I'm unsure about this. And we go into convincing mode. Well, you should be with me because we're so good together. I'm so attractive. I have my shit together. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. And we start to convince. And what happens is this anxiety that we feel, which by the way is a normal feeling. If a man that we are interested in all of a sudden pulls away or is not sure, we're going to feel uncomfortable with that. The job now is to soothe the self. I go into this in my inner work course, which is 25 hours of content. I'm actually leading women into their own healing journey. And in that, you'll get so many insights into yourself. So it's not that we want to ignore the feelings. And what often happens is the reason we're chasing or the reason we're moving toward a man is because we're not taking care of our own feelings. When you take care of your own feelings, you can be present with yourself and validate and acknowledge the feelings that you're having, but you're not going to extend outward to a man. The moment you extend outward to a man, you've lost your strength. You are now no longer attractive to a man because you're not even integrated in your feminine then. You see how this works? Because if you're integrated in your feminine, when a man is not showing up for you, you're going to stay strong in your strength and you're not going to move forward because you're going to trust, which is the feminine. This is why they move hand in hand. When a man is determining, well, is this the woman for me? He's going to think, and this is subconscious, he doesn't know this. He's going to think, does she possess the qualities that I have within myself in a healthy relationship with the opposite sex? The reason it's going to work, right, is because you both possess components and elements of each other in the dynamic. So you're going to have very similar, even if your energies are not the same, right? Because the energy should not be the same. That's where polarity is. You're both going to have certain qualities within each other that are the same. This is what is going to make the attraction very, very strong because there's going to be that similarity there. So a man is going to notice she's strong. She's strong like I am. She's not needy. She's not desperate for attention. She's not on social media parading her body. And a man that's strong is also not going to be doing that. And there's like that similarity there, right? There's going to be that equal exchange in values because the values are going to be very much aligned because the strength is going to be there. Now, when a woman, I'm just using this example, you can interchange it with anything. When a man is thinking, okay, this is a woman that I want to be with, but she's parading herself on social media in a bikini, that does not signify strength to a man because that signifies low self-esteem. Now, it's one thing if you're like a bikini model, like I'm not like knocking anyone, but why would you need to show your body to like the world? Like a man wants to think that that body is for me. It's not for the whole world. Again, this can be triggering, but it's perceived a certain way. That's how it's perceived. And men feel that same exact way. So when a man sees that a woman doesn't have a social media account or following, doesn't parade herself, because oftentimes those same men also don't. So this is where I'm saying where it works both ways, right? The healthy, empowered masculine is not going to really want social media or really use social media. They're not into it. In fact, my fiance, all the men I've been with, like the masculine energy men, are not into social media. Like they just don't care for it. They're too freaking busy and they don't need it, nor do they want it, right? My partner, when he was on social media, he used it for fitness stuff. He doesn't even have it anymore. He deleted it. Like that healthy men don't see a need for social media because they see it as a distraction. They don't see it as something that's like worth their time. The unhealthy masculine is going to love social media because again, he's going to use it to parade his body. He's going to use it like to get female attention. And a woman that's also in her unhealthy energy is going to be doing the same thing. So it's like a matching. This is what I'm saying, why when you focus on yourself, like the outside is going to give you that reflection back. This is why you never really need to focus on anything except your own healing. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I will get back to you. Definitely check out the books and the products. And if you want to go into any more specifics, you can always reach out to me in an email question or you can book a call. Calls are better for coaching and awareness, and email questions are good just for like specific situations. Okay, my loves, I will see you soon.